Happy Prime Day.
Happy Prime. Not Pride. Prime Day. I'm going to say it. Have sex with a Scorpio.
I could glute bridge your dad.
I'm naked. Hold on. We will be flicking the beans to that.
But she's tatted and I take meth. Is somebody in your house right now?
But you know what? Fuck your ass.
Yeah, I had sex last night.
You can make your own money. You can literally have your own job of your dreams. You can own your own house. You can own your own car. You can pay all your fucking own bills. So what is that man? That man is sex and a best friend, and that's it.
I heard nothing but the truth.
Yeah, so today's Amazon Prime Day, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners have Prime because
I have it on my parents.
Listen, I do not have Prime, but
the only reason I do is because it's through my parents.
See, well, Zach has Prime though, and I messaged him this morning. I said, "Hey, friend." So
wait, so if you don't have Amazon Prime, you don't get any of these deals?
No, it's only for Prime members.
Oh,
yeah. So it's like the perk of whatever.
Gotcha.
But you can still see the deals without being a Prime member.
That's fucked.
So, I was going through, and there's a couple of things I think I might buy for Prime Day, and one is the automatic cat litter box. And I know that's like, people are like, you're so fucking lazy, why would you spend the money on it, like whatever. It's not that hard to scoop cat litter, okay? I get it, but if I don't have to do it,
right,
amazing.
It's like a diaper genie. Like if I can throw the diaper into this thing and it like keeps the smell away and I don't have to go walk downstairs to throw it in the dumpster every single time, I'm gonna use that.
Exactly. And I have I have a litter genie. It's like literally a diaper genie for cats litter.
Yeah.
So I have that. But the thing about all of this is that it's in my kitchen because I don't have like a basement or somewhere to like put this.
Yeah.
So it's more like to keep it fresh in the kitchen. Because like in the morning after this man took a shit, I don't want to walk in there. I want to make a coffee and smell the coffee and smell cat shit. So like that's one thing. And two, like then I don't have to have like a litter genie and that and all of his shit also right there. I can just have the litter box.
Yeah.
And it'd be like,
it does it all.
yeah. So I think that's what I'm going to get for Prime Day. And there was like some glasses I wanted, but like,
I feel like the stuff that's always on sale for Prime though is just like random as shit.
yes.
Like I want things that are trending and popular, and that's never on fucking sale.
Yeah. So actually I messaged Emily today about where she gets her cargo pants, and you said Abercrombie, which is great. But I also saw some on Amazon.
I've gotten them on Amazon before too.
That were for Prime. They were like on the Prime Day thing. So, and I think they're like $16.
Yeah.
So I was like,
yeah, I think the ones that I've ordered on Amazon before are like 20 something normally. And I like them, but like they're definitely like, they're probably more your vibe. Like they're tighter fitting. They're less like baggy. So I just like, I don't love them as much as the other. And they're too like, they're not long enough. Like I like when my pants are like almost on the floor. Like they're like dragging the floor a bit.
Yeah.
And these don't do that. Like they're like nice and you see your whole shoe.
See, I think the thing about Prime though, like Prime Day, is that you are going to buy something that you
don't need.
You don't need it at all.
Yeah.
You do not need it.
It's a want day.
It's a want, exactly. And it's like, okay, so
everything from Amazon I feel like is like that.
Definitely it's all wants. But the thing about Prime Day is like, you're like, but I'm saving $150.
Yeah, it's like fucking Kohl's Cash or like the Bed Bath & Beyond. Well, I have the 20% off saved, and you can use them all at once. They never expire. Speaking of that, I think that's going out of business right now. So like they're having Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah, they are.
So they're like closing a bunch of stores and having like 50% off sales. Because I saw this guy the other day and he bought a Dyson vacuum for $200, and it was normally like $650.
Damn, I'm sad.
I know.
I bought my Dyson for like $5.
Yeah, and it was like it's very similar to the one you have. It's like can detach and it's like cordless and whatever. And he was like, I got this for $200.
I love my Dyson. Although I do know people that have the same one that I have. It's like the Shark cordless something, whatever. And people love those. And we have that at work, and it's actually just as good as my Dyson.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't.
That's what I wanted for my fucking Prime Day. I wanted to get the fucking Dyson Airwrap or the Shark Airwrap thing for my hair. Because whenever I wear my hair styled, I do a blowout every time. But I use a round brush and fucking blow dryer, and it's like a lot going on. My arms are tired, and like it just takes for fucking ever. Like sectioning out my hair, doing all that. So it's like I need the Airwrap. Like this makes most sense, and it's probably way less damage than what I'm doing to my hair. It wasn't on fucking sale. It was still like $688 or whatever. And I'm like, I cannot spend that on a hairdryer. I just refuse to do it. So I bought a fucking diffuser hair dryer for $30.
It is what it is.
And it was $20 off, so originally $50, so it's pretty nice.
So pretty nice, babe. I mean, let me tell you, we splurged today.
I know, a big baller.
I know, and I wanted to get this vanity, and that wasn't a part of Prime Day. And then
I know, it was like all the things I actually wanted weren't, and then it was a bunch of random shit. I have a whole bunch of
stuff in my cart, and then I have like these 2 like lamps or like hallway lights that I want to get for out there when I like wallpaper out there. I'm like, oh, these would be perfect lights for it. And they were on Prime Day, but they're only like $3 cheaper than like if I didn't buy them on Prime. So I'm like, it's not even fucking worth that. Not. No. But anyway, I hope you guys bought a bunch of unuseful things for your life. And let us know what you bought.
Yeah, I want to know. And also, like, I want to know how good of a deal you got. Like, it's like that show Extreme Couponers. I always like to know how much they save.
My thing is I just didn't have the time to scroll today, but there was like definitely a bunch of other stuff I probably would have like considered buying.
Yeah. Also, my Amazon is so fucked because it's like my parents. And so it's me, my younger brother, and my mom and dad. So like there is no consistent like FYP.
Yeah.
So it'll be like golf stuff, or it'll be like these weird chords. And like it's just all so
mine's
fucking
all
random.
home stuff. Yeah, everything that I had on there was home or cat.
No, I have to like dig to find like cute stuff on there because it's not like tailored to me.
All of my stuff is home or cat stuff because that's all I buy off of there is like stuff for my house or stuff for my cat.
Yeah. I only really ever get groceries on Amazon when I'm feeling too socially awkward to go to the store.
So every week.
No, I only get groceries like twice a month. And I haven't gotten Amazon in like 4 months.
That's shocking.
I know.
That is so shocking.
I've been going to Walmart. That's how broke I am.
Honestly, I love Walmart.
No hate on Walmart. I grew up going to Walmart. I'm from Walmart country, but like...
No, I've been going to
It's not the same as going to fucking Publix, let me tell you.
Oh, no. No. Step down.
Yeah. Okay, so a lot happened this week. First of all, I think we start with...
What happened, though? Because I don't know.
Oh, wow. Have you missed out on social media this week? So, first of all, backtrack to last week. We talked about the toxic gossip train. Yeah. She actually released that on Apple Music and Spotify and now is claiming copyright claims on anybody who used it. And Ethan Klein got one on that video I sent you the other day.
Stop it.
Where he like had like that choir come in and like cover it, and he like made like a parody video of it. Yeah, and now he has like copyright claims on his video, and now she's like making money off the song.
Stop.
Yeah. Crazy. Like she is fucking crazy.
I mean, smart.
But then also I was watching all these videos of people talking about like how obviously like that was her goal from the beginning because the video on YouTube was over 10 minutes. And so like that's the cutoff for like monetization or whatever for like good money or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they're like, it was so obvious like she was doing this for money the whole time. And I'm just like, that's so insane because your career is over.
Yeah, man.
Because so much more has come out since then.
I guess she was like, if it's gonna end, I guess end making money and royalties for the rest of my life off this.
But like nobody's gonna use it anymore. Like everybody's like, fuck her. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're done talking about it. You're irrelevant. But like it was just crazy. Like she literally released it as a song on like all the streaming platforms.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And if you go on like Ethan's video, like the H3 podcast video, like she copyright claimed, but it's like for the whole thing. So like, and they get fucking millions of views. And like, it's just insane.
That's wild. If I were him, I'd go back and like edit it out.
Yeah.
Like, or like put like a different like tone or something.
Like how Cody, like that song in his video or whatever, like that, like fucking royalty free, whatever. Yeah.
Honestly, it does it to sometimes like our stuff. And, but like, I don't know, YouTube is like that though. Like it just, and you can't fucking do anything about it.
No.
It just is like, I'm here.
Yeah, and it's like going to YouTube editors. Like, it doesn't work.
Yeah, YouTube editor does not work.
YouTube editor's trash. Whoever, like, wrote the code on that needs to be fired.
The only thing I could have done was delete the video, re-find a new song, and put it back up. But the thing is in CapCut now, you have, like, a copyright, like, editor claimed, like, see, like, it'll go through and see if you have copyright. And it said it wasn't. So I don't know what the fuck YouTube did because also YouTube only took out 20 seconds of the song.
Yeah.
And then let the rest of the song play.
Yeah, no. It's like so, like, it's so weird what they choose to let fly and what they don't. Like, I don't get it. So yeah, that happened. The only other big, like, pop culture cancellation moment is like the Jonah Hill thing. I don't know if you've seen this.
Okay, so
but his ex-girlfriend like released a bunch of like their text messages and stuff. So
I never read the text messages, and to be quite honest with you, I figured you would bring this up, and I thought like in preparation I should have read them. They're
fucking brutal.
I read like a couple, but it wasn't like I didn't get that into it. But from what I've seen of it, he basically is just trying to use a bunch of like therapy jargon to make himself sound like he's not the problem, but she is.
Yeah.
And this is the one thing I've always said about men going to therapy is that they don't actually use therapy for therapy. They use it to just like manipulate more.
Literally.
Like they use therapy, like some of them, I'm not saying every single one because it's not fair to say, because there are a lot of men out there who like probably do use therapy as like a good place and like a good resource for them.
Like, and they put in the work and like, they use the therapy for themselves and not for other people.
Right. But there's a lot of men that like, especially in media, and there's one that you and I specifically watch often who makes himself sound like this god of a human because he went and stuck out therapy and like is a better person now and wants to be the best person for his partner and like do all these things and like, but then at the same time like everything that we're seeing from her end is so toxic and like love bomby and like just a very like manipulative like way to get someone to love you.
Because also we are two women who have consistently gone to therapy. So whereas this person, the girl in the relationship, I don't think has. So she's not seeing that behavior as what it is.
And it's like very narcissistic behavior because like they love bomb you up front, then they like make you feel great and like hype you up, and then slowly they start to show you like, will you do this? Will you do this? And they start to criticize all your little behaviors. But then like, but now at this point you're trauma bonded to this person. It's like a whole like little game.
Isolation.
And unfortunately, men a lot of times use therapy to like just get better at their game. And like then use like the words like boundaries and triggering and
incorrectly.
And being like, well, I'm sorry that I projected this onto you, and you're like, well, this isn't actually projecting. That's not what that word means. It's like, and it's just, I've always said that and I've always thought that. I think that therapy is still a great tool, but unfortunately I think that men use it to impress other people where women use it to help themselves.
Or I think a lot of times too, if like you go to therapy with like good intentions. But I think certain people are just fucking bad people. And like you're not gonna change them because they don't care. And so like they go in with the like intention of like being better, but like they truly are bad. And so like they're gonna use what you teach them to now like control others. And like, so what he was doing was using the word boundary. He's like, these are my boundaries. And then just listed out a bunch of shit that like would affect her life. Where like, here's what a boundary is. These are self like limitations that you are putting on yourself when it comes to things that you are like able to handle with yourself. So like a boundary of mine would be like, I can't do this because it's going to make me feel this way. And if that happens, I have to walk away because like it's my boundary. It's not putting a chain on you, say, oh, well, Kellen, my boundary with our friendship is like, I don't like it when you have your tattoos out. So if you want to be my friend, you need to put your tattoos away. That has nothing to do with me. It's not controlling myself. It's not doing like if I don't like your tattoos, then I got to go fucking walk away. Like that if that's actually my boundary.
If it's on something uncomfortable for you, like
I have to remove myself.
Something that I'm trying to like really get a lot better at, because like, not that I'm a people pleaser, but like I've always been like, I don't even know how to like describe it about myself, but like it's something that I'm learning like in therapy is that like I don't necessarily listen to like when I feel anxious. Like if I'm in a situation where I do not feel like
your gut,
or like I don't feel comfortable or I feel really anxious and like I'm at a place and I'm like, it's time for me to go. Like I have a really hard time listening to that because like part of it's like the FOMO of it all, and like a part of it is also just like the like, not that I've always been put in like an uncomfortable situation, have to like thrive, but like essentially yes. Like I'm just like, oh, it's okay, it'll get better.
Told it's normal.
Yes.
I think that's really
so, like
typical too.
That's something that I'm trying to get a lot better at, is like setting that like no boundary for myself of like, one, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
And two, also like if I do go and I'm in a situation where like I'm tired or I'm ready to go or like whatever is just like triggering me to leave, to honor that.
Yeah.
And like that's my boundary. So like to go into a situation and being like, you guys are all having a great time,
let me kill the vibe.
We all need to go.
Yeah, because I'm triggered. Like,
yeah, like no, it's me. Like I need to leave the situation. And like,
and if your friends are like, you know, are reading into it and like can tell you're uncomfortable and they're good people, like they're gonna act with you.
Right.
But this was so ridiculous. It was like, so first of all, his ex-girlfriend is a professional surfer. So her job is to be on a fucking surfboard in a swimsuit. Okay. And
it's going to translate to her social media.
A big part of that also is like you work with brands and you have to wear certain things. And like I did this cover shoot for this magazine and part of the deal is I have to post a photo of it, like whatever. And he was like being like, oh, I need you to remove all of these photos from your Instagram because I don't need your ass out. I also need you to stop hanging out with women who are like his definition of bad influences.
Like you're an insecure man.
You're not allowed to be around like heterosexual males because he's insecure and feels inferior or whatever. And it's like, first of all, the thing about like men like this is because a lot of the comments were like, well, if he didn't want a surfer, he shouldn't have dated a surfer. And it's like, but the thing is, like, crazy narcissistic people like that go after strong-willed, independent, badass bitches because they get off by bringing them down to their level.
Yes.
And like that's where they get their power, and that's how abusers thrive. They don't want the girl who's insecure and like is scared and is just going to say yes to everything because like they get off by bringing you down to that level. And then they leave you and then they go to the next quote bad bitch and like do the same thing. Yeah. And like it's a cycle of abuse. But like I made a video about it and I was like, honestly, I don't know why anybody's surprised. The man made a documentary about his therapist and how good his therapist was. And like when I watched the documentary, I was like, yeah, these are a lot of good tools that you can get from therapy, like whatever. But like after rewatching it with this lens, I'm like, it was like, I feel like the therapist needed therapy.
Most of them do. That's a
like
big thing about therapists.
And also like the whole documentary revolved around Jonah Hill's like issues with his mom, which brought it back to issues with women, which brought it back to the therapist has this on and off girlfriend who like he's never fully committed to, blah blah blah, and like whatever. And like I was like,
he found a therapist that's just like him,
literally,
and basically allowed him to feel valid in the way he was treating women. Totally. And like the thing is too, like that's the hard part about therapy and being a human is that like no one's feeling is wrong, no one's feeling is invalid, no one is like their thoughts and their opinions every person's allowed to have. That's the one thing about therapy, even when you're like, but you're wrong, and like I know that you're wrong, but at the same time, based off therapy, your feeling is valid.
You have the right to feel that way.
You have a right to feel that way. And that's something that's so hard
to
like, even for yourself, or like when you're like trying to talk to other people, you're like, but you're not understanding me. But like at the same time, you're also allowed to have
like
an opinion.
The root of the issue is wrong. Like this issue that you have and this argument that you're making at its core is incorrect.
Yes.
And that's like a lot of men in my comments were like, oh, well, women say they want men to go to therapy, and then when men go to therapy, women don't like it. And it's like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a lot of fucking men go to therapy and get better at their abusive fucking behavior.
Yes, because they can hide it better.
Yeah, and also a big point of what I was saying is I was like, these aren't boundaries. These are controlling, abusive things that he's covering up by calling them boundaries. And then all the guys in the comments were like, well, I think these are pretty reasonable boundaries. I'm like, boundaries are set on you, not on somebody else. If you put boundaries on somebody else, that's fucking chains, which is not the point. You can't control other people. And the thing ever. And the therapy thing is to control you.
In a relationship as well, you can, it's very important actually to share your boundaries with your partner.
Right.
Because they need to know the extent in which like you will love them in situations, or you will go in situations, or you will be there for them in situations, or like your level of ability to give to them that day. Like they need to know your boundaries and they need to know what makes you upset or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's also not that person's responsibility to, unfortunately, abide by your boundaries.
Yeah, no.
Like, if it makes him uncomfortable that she like wears a bikini because it's her job, that's honestly, that's not a boundary. That is your problem that you have.
Yeah.
The boundary you could have is being like, oh, honestly, the only thing you can say in that situation is being like, hey, so I don't really like when you do this. Is there a way that we could find a balance or whatever? Unfortunately, it's her job. So it's not like she's just posting it just because. Yeah. But like, I don't know if he's like, I don't really like when you have your ass in the picture. Is there a way we can like...
he said that too.
No, but I'm saying like, I don't know. That's not even like great advice, but it's like, that's a better way he could have gone than being like, I don't really like when you have your ass in the picture. Is there any way like we can like figure out a way?
Yeah.
So that your whole ass isn't in the picture.
Yeah.
I don't know. But instead he was just like, nah, fuck all that.
Take it down.
Yeah. Like there's like...
That's not a boundary. Like that's just a command.
Because my thing is like in a relationship, it's all about like, honestly, good, healthy relationships. I'm not saying that they had a good, healthy relationship, but I'm saying like good, healthy relationships are hard and challenging. And like, you're not going to like a lot of things that that person does, but it's finding like the compromise in that makes you both comfortable in a relationship and like growing within each other.
I think that is like part of it, but also like it shouldn't be that hard.
No.
Like if you're fighting over dumb shit, like that doesn't matter all the time. Like it's not worth it. No. And the thing is like there should be some challenges, but that should be like stuff that you're working through together. Like maybe you go through a time of like financial like discomfort where it's like I'm just angry at life because I'm not making money and I'm sorry that it like is affecting you and I'm not putting my attention in you, but this is why I'm mad. It's not like I'm angry at you because you make more money than me.
No. That's not. Yeah, that's not how I was trying to say. Yeah. But I totally agree to that. Like, that's not going at the other person. But it's more like, you have to like build and find like.
It can be challenging, but it shouldn't be hard for you guys to just like be in love.
No, exactly. But I'm saying like outside of that, healthy relationships are hard because they're challenging. Like,
right.
It's gonna bring up like a lot of times too, like. People will say like being in a healthy relationship, like you have to look in the mirror a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of self-reflection and it's a lot of like, why am I overthinking right now? Why am I being crazy right now? Why am I like, and then trying to like figure that out because honestly, healthy relationships bring up past traumas a lot that you have to like work through, unfortunately, in a healthy relationship.
Yeah, while like trying to make somebody else happy.
Right. And that's really hard. And like you can do as much work as you want previous going into the relationship. It's still gonna happen.
Yeah. And like my whole issue with like him and everything is like just no accountability on his end. Yeah. And his version of accountability is like, well, I'm in therapy. And it's like, okay.
No,
so is everybody and their goddamn cat. But that doesn't make them good.
No, legit, my cat really be like coming in on the therapy sessions.
Literally, like it just because you go to therapy does not mean that you are a better person because of it. You don't get a fucking stamp. Like, good job. Here's your gold star. Okay? You're putting in the work. But there's nothing, obviously it's not working.
Yeah, the only time you can actually like is when you're actually implementing it into your life.
Yeah. Correctly. That's like being like, oh yeah, I went to college. I never graduated, but I went. Okay. You didn't get your degree. Like, you don't have a diploma to show for it. Like,
but also the thing is, even if you didn't get your degree, it doesn't matter. Are you still like implementing things that you learned at college into like your career now?
But like what I'm saying is like you can't go walk up to a job and be like, hey, I went to college, and they're like, okay, can you provide your degree? And you're like, no. They're not going to give you the job just because you tried.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, with this, it's like, okay, yeah, like, you went to therapy a few times. But, like, how are you different because of it? And, like, it's, like, always these people who are, like... And we talk about therapy because it's part of our job. Like, our job is to be open and transparent and to give you guys, like, ways to, like, be better and do better. He's a fucking actor. He doesn't need to like be outwardly discussing his mental health all of the time.
Also, like,
it's a red flag.
Yeah, no, because also like therapy is for you.
It's private.
And it's like, I mean, I go every single week and I enjoy going, and I'll talk about the fact that I have gone, but I don't need to tell you what I've learned or like how good of a person I am because
how you're
I
different
went, or like no. It's because I want to go.
But also, it's like it should be reflected in your actions.
Yeah.
Like I should be able to tell, like, let's say a month ago you were like down bad or whatever, and now you're doing better. It's like, okay, well, there's a few things that could be making a difference, but like maybe one of them's therapy. Good for you.
Yeah.
You seem better.
Yeah.
But like you shouldn't have to be like, hey, the reason I'm able to not freak out when I got the wrong order is because I actually worked through these breathing exercises. It's like,
great.
Okay.
But unfortunately, men have to always tell you
that. Dude, it's so
always.
Annoying.
Why though? Like, okay, guess what? When I have anxiety, I have to like take myself out of it, go back home, like be in my own like space again, like whatever. But I don't have to tell you that.
I don't need to walk you through my breathing like meditation.
Right.
To prove I did it.
And like, oh my God.
But honestly, men are like that with everything. Like that's like when you tell them you're interested in something and they're like, oh, tell me every character's name.
You're like, I like football. Birthday. They're like, well, then tell me 5 characters. Not characters. 5 football players.
Name 5 players. And
like,
you're like,
I like Metallica. Name 3 songs.
Yeah, it's like, you name 3 songs. And they're like, like, okay.
No, and then they're like, we're not going to play that game. And you're like, exactly, bitch. Like, I don't know. They always have to like, I don't know what it is.
It's like that fucking like.
It's like the masculinity.
That's what I was going to say. It's the testosterone of just being like, oh, I'm the boss. Like, okay. Cool.
I love it for you.
Literally.
No, I don't know. I think that all that's crazy, and it's been a big thing in the news.
I just like that. Like, I think the world. Obviously, there's gonna be like fucking shithole men who like just hate women, and like they're gonna use this as an excuse to be like, oh, see, women are crazy. They just hate men, and it's like, no, you hate women.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, but. I think it's also good to see these like famous people who people hold on such a high pedestal, like, and seeing their true character, and it brings them down to reality. The same way like Leonardo DiCaprio. It's like, okay, you're a great actor, but like you have sex with minors and it's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, like you're nothing special. You're kind of trash, actually.
And honestly, he acts that way and he does those things because of who he is, not even because
like, and that's why I like,
and so he gets away with it and he's able to like fulfill his like urge because of
yeah. Okay, the last couple things I have, I'm gonna save the last one for actual last because it's very random, but this one is more relevant with this past week. So I don't know if you saw it, but Threads came out.
What's going on with that?
I don't literally know what it is. And this was the first moment in my life when it came to social media that I felt like a boomer because I'm like, I'm not downloading that.
I literally saw this thing and was like, this girl, it was like, I really pride myself on like, being up with like to date and everything, and like I really thought I really got the grasp of all social media platforms. And she goes, and then I saw Threads, and then she's like,
yeah,
like,
literally.
Like, yep, what the fuck?
I've never felt like, I don't know, like I hate when people are like, oh, I'm not trying that social media because like I'm like, no, just try it, like it's fun. Like I'm like, but I'm not doing it. I'm not getting
it. Be real to me. Like I feel like it's gonna like come in, it's gonna be like really hot for like a month, and just
nobody uses it besides famous people afterwards.
Yeah,
because I feel like that's the only people who use Be Real or like TikTokers.
Okay, but also like the Thread.
I don't know what it is though. What is it?
Okay, so basically
it's like Twitter.
Yeah, but for Instagram. So it's like embedded into Instagram.
Oh.
Yeah. So like you can post it on like, so there's actually, where's my phone? So there's this one girl who.
So wait, do your followers go over automatically?
You can. So
I guess it depends if they have
so like Victoria Paris has Threads.
Okay.
Because she's like the last person I was just looking at. So on her Threads, that like you said that at with like all the numbers, that's the thread count that she has of like replies and everything on it. Okay.
And so it starts with one thing and then it just goes down.
So you can like get Threads. Okay, that's like to download it. But I was there the other day. Where is Instagram? Come back. So if she posts a thread. Okay, actually, I know someone who posted a thread today, so we're going to go to it. Okay, so this guy, he posted a thread, and
I feel so old.
He posted a thread, okay? And on it, like, he, like, can say whatever he wants. It's literally, like, using, like, essentially Twitter.
Okay.
Okay. So I can click on his thread. I can view his thread. and it's through.
Ew, I hate the logo.
Yeah,
that was horrible.
Yeah, but it's through Instagram.
Well, I knew it was like Zuckerberg's thing because
so
him
like
and Elon have been beefing on
he
Twitter.
only got 1 like on it, but if he was like famous,
right,
people could like comment back, and you can have like a discussion board almost inside of that thread. So it's kind of like
literally Reddit.
So it's Twitter meets Reddit.
Ew, I hate that.
Yeah, because of like the way that like you can use it is like Twitter, but then it's the thread like Reddit.
I feel like it's just gonna turn into like bullying central.
So I feel like it's only cool if you have like, it's only cool if you're famous and have like whatever and like can do it through that. But
that's
like,
what I was gonna say. It's like gives, but that's how like, Twitter already is.
But like I feel like if you or I like ever post a thread, like you're not getting responses.
Yeah, like who the fuck cares?
Because like let me see. I think there's one other girl who posted a thread that's like,
I saw like Weston Corey like screenshots from his, and it was like his were hilarious, but he was just like saying like crazy shit like he always does, and the people responding were just like random people, and then he was like just like funny back. But it just reminded me of Twitter. I was like didn't understand the difference.
I'm trying to see if I can find this girl's because I feel like she'd have replies where like, no, she didn't post one, but like I don't know, I think that they're like weird and I don't understand the point of it. I definitely think it's only for famous people. Yeah,
because I feel like, but that's honestly how I feel about Twitter too. Like I find it weird when people post on Twitter who are like nobody's
outlet, like drama,
porn.
Like,
yeah. Like I feel like Twitter and I feel like anything that's like written text like that, I don't care unless you're famous.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess it's like
because like life updates and stuff are like Instagram because I can see it. It's like I care to see that you got like a dog or that you moved into your new house.
So this is what I feel about it. I feel like for so long we moved to like everything being video of like that's how you like share your life or share your opinion, or like instead of like actual text, you are like pictures, videos mainly.
Is there any photo function on there?
No.
Okay.
So, but that's what I think is that they're trying to bring back
the copy.
I think they're trying to bring back like the text part of it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, it's like a cool, fun way. Like it's like this is cool to do it through threads,
right? And
share your opinions and have collaboration. But it's not cool to do it under someone's Facebook post anymore, or their Instagram post, or their Twitter post. Like
like nobody's gonna have like discussion.
Right, and
it's just gonna be weird comments.
I think because that's how it used to be, like when we were in high school. But I think like for it to come back,
like Twitter, the only thing you would ever share on Twitter would be like a photo, and even if that, it was like memes.
I remember
like it was never like videos.
I remember when I didn't even have a smartphone yet, and you could have Twitter text you your notifications, and you could respond through a text message, and it would be posted on your Twitter.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
No. Yeah, that was like...
I also was on Twitter for like a hot sec. Like I was not on it long, and because I had 2 different accounts get hacked, and then I was like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, no, but that's like the vibes of it, and I can understand like what their thought process was in making it, but I think it's not gonna catch on.
I think it's not gonna catch on because social media right now, at least, is so for profit. And there's nothing to profit off of words alone.
Also, like, yeah, again, unless you are famous,
right,
to have a discussion, it's not gonna pop off. So, like, what's the
like? You can have Discord in a famous person's original post, but like nobody from Nebraska being like, so what do you guys think about climate change? Like nobody's gonna respond to that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly. I think it's weird. I'm not here.
I think it's weird, and I think it's just like. I need billionaires to stop ruining social media. Yeah. Just stop it.
Just sit down.
Yeah. Like you're old. Nobody wants this. Nobody asked for this. There's like when Instagram got rid of fucking the photo feature and then like messed up everybody's algorithm and like made it all weird. It's like nobody asked for any of that.
Yeah.
And it's still fucked up. Like how come I never see anybody I'm following posts?
No.
It's all sponsored shit or like random people that they're like, we think you'd like this. And I was like, I think I wouldn't. Give me back the people I follow.
I think that if I wanted to follow this, I would.
I would have.
And also, if I wanted to see this, I would go to the Explore page.
Literally, I would search for it.
Yeah. I don't need it in my, like,
FYP. But anyways, I just felt so boomer because of that. Like, when that came out and, like, I saw somebody on my who I follow on Instagram posted on their story, and they're like, follow me on Threads. I was like, ugh, I'm not doing that.
Absolutely not.
Also, you have 400 something followers on Instagram. I'm not following you on fucking Threads.
Yeah, no.
Okay, last thing I wanted to talk about, and this has nothing to do with anything, but it was a YouTube commercial that I keep saying, and this is really boomer, honestly, and it's the collab nobody asked for. But if you spend $35 at Applebee's, you get a free ticket to the new Indiana Jones movie. And I thought, who in the marketing department was like, this is good. This is good.
No.
Also, is Indiana Jones really not selling that many tickets?
It wasn't about Indiana Jones. It was about Applebee's.
No, that's what I'm saying. But who in the Applebee's marketing department was like, yo.
Because, no, so this
is what the people
No,
want.
I feel like it's more like Applebee's was like, we're taking a hard hit the past 5 years. Our $5 drinks are not slinging like they used to.
Yeah, the karaoke's not bringing the people in.
It's not doing, ever since The Office got off of Netflix, we've been having a really hard time keeping sales up. What do we do?
Yeah.
And you know what? I think it's a collaboration. And then they're like, okay, but we can't just use influencers because the influencers are like, what the fuck is Applebee's?
Like, I'm not going to Applebee's, yeah.
Yeah, like, we're not doing it.
It doesn't have gluten-free.
Yeah, like, what is this? What is Applebee's? The fuck? And I think that they came up with, like...
They said, let's get Harrison Ford's movie that he's way too old to still be acting.
I think that they were like, let's sponsor something. And then this is where it came to.
It was so crazy because I'm, like, watching YouTube, and it's like, dun, 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 dun. It's like, spend $35 at Applebee's and get one free ticket to the new Indiana Jones... Insert name of the movie. I don't know. It's like the 7th fucking movie. Harrison Ford's like 1,000 years old. Yeah. I don't know how he's still doing it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's CGI'd in the movie because that man cannot walk very well. Yeah. And he's doing like stunts in the movie. Come on. Anyways, it was the craziest like collab I've seen in so long.
I couldn't even tell you where an Applebee's is around here.
I don't know. I didn't think that they were. I have like an airport.
Not here.
I know, but I feel like that's the last time I saw one. It was like in an airport.
I'm gonna see where that's the closest Applebee's.
But
is
that's
here.
like TGI Fridays. I feel like I've only ever seen that in an airport.
Applebee's. Let's see. The closest one is in Berry Hill. No way.
I actually don't know where that is.
That's like it's like underneath like the It's like underneath.
Wait, Berry Hill is by the Goodwill.
Yeah, I was gonna say like underneath the Goodwill.
Oh, okay.
I just couldn't think of.
I mean, that's a collab I can get behind. Goodwill x Applebee's.
Yeah, outside of that, I don't really know.
That makes sense.
Honestly, maybe we should just go to the Applebee's.
No, because dude, if you can buy everything on the menu in the freezer section of a Walmart, it's not a good restaurant.
The other place it is in Murfreesboro.
Yeah, but the math is mathing on both of those. So
and then the other closest one, like, there's actually only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in Central Tennessee. Only 7. That's not a lot.
Yeah, but I bet there used to be a lot more, and people just don't eat there.
You know what? I'm just upset is that the Olive Garden at Opry Mills isn't open yet because it looks bougie, and I really want to go opening day.
We're talking about Olive Garden again.
I want to go.
My mom messaged me after that episode. She goes, we're going to Olive Garden when you come home. I'm craving that salad. And I'm like, I'm telling you.
Bitch, I know we had a horrible experience.
But the thing is, my mom,
but I will do
bet you $1,000 hasn't had fucking Applebee's Olive Garden in like 10 years. Because my dad, my whole life, that was like his job, was like making food ideas for these companies, like for chain restaurants. So like he grew up having to fucking taste test all that shit, and it's all frozen and it's all trash. Yeah. But to us, it's like comforting, right? Yes. But like he never let us eat at those places. So my whole life, I didn't even go to an Olive Garden until I was in college.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to the OG, baby.
And so like my mom, I know, would bust down for the fucking breadsticks and the salad. But like my dad is like so disgusted by all of those. I get it though. Like, I get it too.
That's like me, like where I work. Like honestly, the food is disgusting to me at this point. Right. Like I'm like, ugh. Like yeah, it's good. Like don't get me wrong, it is really good food, but it's also like another day of eating this shit.
Serving it and looking at it, and I see how it's made, and like it's fine.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. All I'm saying, I kind of want to go to Olive Garden again.
I do too. I'm not opposed to it.
But I'm not going back to the one we went to last time.
I'm so hungry, bro.
I know, same.
I'm starving.
I know, and I have to make tacos.
I'm not making shit because I don't have food. So I'm going to have to go through somewhere. And I don't want fast food, but I don't know what else to do. Because I also don't want to pay like fucking DoorDash fee. You know what I mean?
Well,
so expensive.
Yeah, you don't have many options on the way home.
No, it's all fast food.
Taco Bell?
Wingstop? I don't know. Like, I don't want like fried food.
Same, I feel that.
I just want fucking like.
I think you should decide when you're here, order it, go pick it up. Oh my God, Jack Brown's has a crab ragoon burger this week. It's Burger Week there, and they have a crab ragoon.
It's Burger Week every week. They just have a different burger every day.
Is it every day?
He has like a specialty burger each day.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Like every burger is different on the days. But they might have like a rotation of like crazy flavors like once a week.
So I think like this week it's like the crab ragoon. And it looks so good.
That sounds horrible on a cheeseburger. No, that's all you. That does not sound good to me.
I can't have it. There's cream cheese, babe. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. I love crab rangoons. I'm not poo-pooing.
Yeah, no, it says Burger Week, July 10th to the 16th.
Okay.
$7 burger specials for 1 week only.
Oh,
that's what it is. So the
it's
burgers
just
are
cheaper?
$7.
Wait, they're normally more than $7 for a cheeseburger. Is crazy.
Yeah, it's Jack Brown's.
And they're like if you guys don't know Jack Brown's, it's essentially like the size of a Shake Shack burger. Like they're not like juicy big fat burgers. They're like skinny like smash burgers.
They're good though.
They're so fucking good, but they're not like a lot.
No.
Like I could easily eat two. Just the cheeseburger?
If you're not
like
doing extra toppings.
Yeah, no, like I'm saying like just a plain old one patty, I could easily do a double.
Yeah, no. I don't know. Maybe.
They're so thin.
But anyway,
that's all I had to talk about. It was a bunch of just weird pop culture stuff. Also, I found out Tom Holland, my fucking short king, my British king, my Spider-Man, I love him. I found out he's sober.
Love it.
Yeah, and he did an interview on a podcast talking about it, and like he's our age too, which is weird because to me, like celebrities always feel older than us, like because it's like an aspirational career, right? So it's like in my head they're always older, but he's like exactly our age, like born in 97. Might have actually been born 98, but like he talked about like being sober and stuff like that, and I'm like, you're cool because like
we love him for
he's
that.
just like such a cool down-to-earth guy, and he was like really brutally honest about like his relationship with alcohol, and I was like, it was very similar to mine.
Oh, wait, I think I just saw the other day that there is I don't now it's like these two girls, and I think that they're trying to open up a sober bar.
What?
In Nashville. I saw it on the Nashville Girls Group.
Wait, that's so
right now
cool.
they're doing like research, trying to like pull from different places, but their like goal is to open up a sober bar in Nashville.
Wait, that's so cool.
Yes, and
would it be like what's so cool about that idea, and what I think a lot of people don't realize who aren't sober is how awkward it is to be around a bunch of drunk people when you're sober.
Yeah.
Because like it's fun for the first like hour, but once people hit that blackout point and they're like the oh I love you like in your ear like spitting and like just being gross and sloppy.
Yeah, unless
it's
you're
like,
people that are only having like a drink or two.
Exactly.
And even then like because I don't drink often, so having a drink or two makes me feel like la da da da. And then when like and not in like a bad way, but like knowing that you're not drinking, like I don't even want to have a drink. Well,
right.
I have a drink, but like having two is like a whole other level because it's like two will make me feel like more like whatever, and I know that you're not on that level. But going to a sober bar, like their whole thing is to make it like you were at a bar,
and there's still music and dancing.
Yeah, but
like,
everything
fun.
is non-alcoholic.
That's so cool.
But like you could be getting like all the drinks, like you could order beers that'll be on tap. You could order like vodka drinks and mixers. And I'm sure they're gonna have like their classic cocktails and like whatever. But it's all gonna be non-alcoholic.
They wouldn't have any alcohol there?
I don't think so.
Dang.
Because they're both of them are sober. So I think it's gonna be like
that's pretty cool
strictly
though.
Like
because I do think that there is definitely like especially
a huge market
our
for
generation,
it.
like
I think there's
a lot
huge
of people.
market for it because also like even on like a Sunday to go and be like, let's go to that bar, whatever they're gonna call it, and like go do that just like hang out and have like a Sunday fun day, but I don't really feel like drinking on a Sunday. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that would still be fun.
Yeah, and also have like options to get like cool drinks that aren't like the one mocktail that they have on the menu. That's just like a fucking, every time it's a fucking mojito with no alcohol in it. Yeah, it's literally just like a fucking mojito.
Right, because honestly, like the bar isn't necessarily equipped like.
It makes sense why they don't have a lot of options, because I understand like it's an unnecessary like task to like create that. But at the same time, like as somebody who doesn't drink, it deters me a lot from going to social situations, because I'm like, I know after the first hour when everybody's like actually drunk, I'm not going to be having a good time there, because like it's just like we've all been there. Like when we've been the like least drunk out of the group and you're like, oh my God, this is like annoying. Like, and B, it's like, I don't want to just spend a bunch of money on like Diet Cokes.
Yeah.
I'm tired of drinking fucking soda with lime.
Yeah.
Like I'm bored.
Yeah, no, I've actually had a couple of pregnant women come in recently and they're like, can you make me like a non-alcoholic drink? And I'm like, what I've been doing, I'm like asking like ingredients that they like. And if they like pineapple, I've been doing like, we make like pineapple upside down shots, and I've been just doing that as like a drink.
Yeah, just like diluting it with like more of like the mixer or whatever.
Yeah, and like, well, it's basically just like for that, it's more like grenadine, Sprite, and pineapple juice.
Right.
And like, but they all love it.
Yeah. Which also is like, that's great, but like I'm also not a sweet drink person.
No, exactly.
So like, but that's like what's offered at a lot of places when they're like having like a mocktail and you get it and it's like fucking juice. And it's like, I don't want that.
Because there's like also not really, unless you're going to do like soda water with like a bunch of other random stuff, like what else are you going to do? Because
right.
like
totally.
Every other mixer is just straight up
alcohol.
Sugar.
Or yeah.
Because like, well, everything is like an alcohol base, but then all your mixers are sugary.
Right.
So like, yeah, unless you're going to do like a mojito or a ginger beer base, like, there's not
what else
much
are you doing
without like, unless you know. But I think for me, like, I feel like I want to like actually learn a couple mocktails so that I can make some good ones.
Yeah. Well, I know, and that's like when my brother got that like syrup that was like cool, like it was like a black cherry like infused with something else. It wasn't like just fucking maraschino cherries with grenadine, you know, like it was like it tasted adult.
Yes.
And so like I appreciated it, but like I think that's a great idea. I also know like substance abuse is a very like big topic in our generation too, because a lot of us have like been exposed to substances at a very young age. So it's kind of like we went through our like craziness very young. Like the fact we all started drinking, like binge drinking basically at the age of like 15, 16 is like
a problem.
A lot.
Yeah.
And so by the time you get to 25, that's 10 years.
Right.
Of like consistent, like having this weird relationship of alcohol where it's like, it's all or nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm hoping for like our generation and like younger generations that like we're actually, I'm hoping, getting into like hobbies and wanting to do something outside of that, because I really feel like millennials and like people that like are in their like 30s to 40s, it's like the most normal thing to do for them is go out and have a drink. And the most normal thing to do is get drunk like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And like,
because like as adults, like what do you do?
Right. And I'm like hoping that it becomes more normalized to like go do things outside of that.
Or just like not even having alcohol is like part of like the vibe
equation.
Yeah, like we can still go get food and not get a bottle of champagne, or like we don't need to have like mimosas just because we had brunch.
Yeah.
You know, like stuff like that where it's like, also this isn't me saying like don't drink. Like I fucking love drinking. Obviously, I liked it a lot, but like it's just so normalized in our culture to abuse substances in a way that like previous generations I don't think really did it like
because
that.
No, also drinking's a part of everything now. Like before, I really felt like even like drinking at the workplace is becoming a normal thing within like we have
alcohol at my office all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's becoming like even at work now and work functions, it's becoming okay
it's
to like
so normal
drink and not just drink to have like one and like keep it classy,
casual. Like I shouldn't drink that much in front of my boss. It's no, let's black out together.
Yeah, like it's becoming a very normal thing.
Yeah,
where like because that's now like 35, 40-year-old people are now
in
bosses
charge.
and like that's what they want.
You're so right.
That's what
You're
I just
so
feel like
right.
it's like overall in life, like it's just like the normalized thing to do.
Yeah.
Or like I'm hoping like I think now it's like a very like people younger than us are like very like much hobbyists. It feels
and
that way.
I think we're also like coping with issues in our life without depending on
That's true.
alcohol. Like we're a very like woke generation when it comes to like our own like issues and triggers and mental health and like seeking help and like yeah, we're a very medicated generation, but it's also like being controlled by a doctor and not self-medication.
Yeah, no.
Where it's like
Also,
I know like a lot of millennials and stuff, not to generalize, but like depended on alcohol because like they weren't allowed to just like go to therapy and like talk and like work through their shit, and like so alcohol was the fucking like band-aid.
That's so true. That is so true. And also I know we talked about this the other day too, because like I remember this like conversation we had like a little bit ago, but it was like I also feel like a difference is, and this is just me like talking to a bunch of people now that I work with, and like their parents, like their parents had them as like teenagers. And like now that their parents are older, they're like, I have to like reel my mom in.
Right.
Like because now like all she wants to go do is like party like she's 21, like 18, 20, like 19, 20. And that she's like going out and partying like crazy because like
wasn't
now
allowed
this is
to
her time.
like be like wild crazy girl
and
in
there's
her
like
20s.
multiple people that I work with now where they're like, yeah, my parents like, or my mom or dad parties like way more than me because they had me at the age of 18.
Yeah,
Which
and also
was
that puts
a
you
lot more like
right
common to have teen pregnancy. I mean, like shit, like growing up for us, like Teen Mom was like the coolest show on MTV.
Yeah, it's not that it was glorified, but it also didn't have this like. Also, financially, right now we're in a different place than that time, so it's like you could get by with like having one job and like working part-time and like whatever, where it's like now it's like it's really fucking expensive to live. So to like have a kid is much more of a scary thing because it's like I cannot afford it.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big part of it too, where it's like then it was like wasn't the like most expensive era to have a child.
That's true. That's true. But I don't know. I just feel like that also like goes into like the drinking habits of today, of like that generation being older now and like them still going out and drinking the way that they do. I'm not saying every person, but like a lot of them, because it's like a lot of them, their youth was taken away from them at a very early age. So now it's like just coming back and like whatever. I don't know. That might not be true. It might be true. I don't know. But like just like hearing them speak about it, I'm like, like I can imagine having to like reel my mother in at her age to be like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Why are you twerking on the table?
Yeah, like what are you doing?
Get off, Michelle.
Yeah, like love you, but bitch, calm down. Calm it down.
Hey, we saw her popping it on the dance floor in the wedding vlog.
True.
She was actually getting it.
She was getting down. She can. I mean,
but I feel like she wasn't blacked out. Down.
No, we
you know
literally
what I mean?
Probably had like 2, maybe 3 drinks.
That's
total
the difference. She wasn't like getting the cops called on her because she's like can't walk.
Yeah.
She soberly chose to pop, lock, and drop it like that.
But the fact that she did it and she did it well,
and she got back up. The thing about your mom is
yoga.
She got those Megan knees like Megan.
Don't tell. That's disgusting. I don't want to know that my mother has Megan knees. Fuck you.
Hey,
fuck you.
It's probably genetics. Be happy. I have to actively stretch every day because my knees are getting creaky.
No, then maybe I have
knees like Megan.
Maybe I also got Megan knees. I don't know, but regardless, I don't want to know what my mother does. Anyway, we're done. I'm done. I'm over this.
That's why your parents have been together so long. That's just
shut up, Emily. Shut up. I'm done. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Society 97. My name is Kelly by K. You can find me at Kelly by K on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can find Emily Starnes at Starnsy on TikTok, YouTube, and her Instagram.
And you can find Kellen's mom on Instagram.
Stop it! You cannot find her on there. You can find our podcast on TikTok at Society97Pod. And on the Instagram, you can find it at Society97.pod. And we also have a YouTube channel that is Society97, where you can find our vlogs like up every single Tuesday.
Watch Kellen's
and the video version of the podcast every single Friday. Thank you guys. Okay, bye.
Real hot girl shit.